idea. They thought there was the shooter was on the roof. They're all freaking out.
They haven't confirmed. I mean, I haven't. I'm like,
Check, 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 1, 2. Check, 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 1, 2. Right, now.
show them the scene. I'm just gonna keep talking.
Okay, just go this way. Like, let's get you over here. And I'm gonna go this way, this way, this way, this way. I'm just gonna show everything. All right, talk for me. Let me get the naps out.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
In front of the camera.
All right, I told Tiara I'd call her.
Okay, I'll keep getting shots. Oh, here, you're ready.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call her and tell her I found you. Hey, I am in front of the camera.
You got IFB?
Okay, I'm logging on to IFB now. I'll just wait till I hear something. Oh, I'll do A. All right, yeah, bye. Fudge. I'm gonna come back.
Okay, that's fine.
Here.
Just let me know when we're close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll take us right away.
And I'll watch you when you come back in the frame, and I'll, do me a favor, tilt a little this way, let her son, just tilt your shoulder. Perfect, perfect. I can't hear you, sir. What? Okay. We're still trying to figure out what's going on, to be honest. Yeah. We've been kind of hearing.
One shot in the head, one shot in the face.
Do you have kids that go here?
My grandson, and I'm clergy, I'm a pastor. I do more funeral.
We'd like to talk with you after our hit, if that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So you just got the call and you came here
Yeah,
rushing?
I had to rush here. I got a grandson. I'm on his car to pick him up and stuff. But I'm gonna get some
Well,
people. We're
yeah.
gonna start praying. We're gonna just try to get a prayer vision here in a few minutes. I'm Pastor Leonard from Restoration of Faith.
When you got that call, I mean, what were your thoughts? I'm gonna try to describe it a little bit right now.
You know, any grandfather. You know, like any parent that could talk to their child may be possibly involved in a shooting or a school. I mean, my daughter called me hysterical. Daddy, she wanted to get to her child and she couldn't get there. I had to get there as granddaddy. You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pastor, I'm clergy, and I funeralize a lot of these young people.
Okay.
I'm from Restoration and Faith.
We'll come
Ministries
grab
in
you
Newport,
right
New
after this, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a prayer vision in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Did he say anything to you yet?
Not yet.
Yeah. Awesome, real quick. Just real quick. Awesome, real quick.
Yes. Can you hear me? Stand by. Yes.
When you go this way. The ambulance behind us.
Yes, hey Dan, I just got here moments ago to meet my photographer, Jason Walsh. He's been here for a minute. I'm just gonna step out of the way so you can see we are right in front of Heritage High School. I just got here. All that can be described right now is kind of chaotic around here. A lot of the roads not very passable as a lot of parents and family members are rushing here to get in touch with their students. Those students were evacuated from the high school after the incident, and we just see a lot of, obviously you see a lot of police vehicles, so many, and even on my way here, I heard so many sirens just as I was getting here, and already police vehicles were here. I did talk with a man on scene. He says he's a local pastor. He rushed here to get his grandson after his daughter called him hysterically, saying he had to get to the high school. He is just beside himself right now, seeing all of this. Lots of different units on scene. We do know that it was, like Dan has said, a shooting. But again, just a lot of chaos here. So if you don't need to come near the high school right now, stay away as family members try to come get their children out of this high school. Of course, we're gonna keep you updated on what's going on, but a very chaotic scene right here. Just stay away if you don't need to be here, and we're working to get you guys more details. For now, Allison Basil, 13 News Now. I think so.
I was trying to get you back in, but that's fine.
I didn't want to say anything that was not correct because I don't know too much, and I know they kept getting stuff as I was driving.
People were yelling, he's on the roof, but it looked like police snipers were on the roof moving around. So yeah, it was just kind of crazy. So my buddy was a tow truck driver. I saw him leaving when I got here. He was blocking this drive in, and that's what I used to get here. I'm gonna keep getting some video.
Let's get just as many interviews as we can. This pastor said he'd talk. And he's gonna do a little prayer, so let's let him do that.
Well, we can't go on the property.
Pray for deliverance.
Amen.
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 Just want to pray. I have a grandson that was here. It could have been him.
That's right.
It could have been one of your children. We just want to pray.
Amen. Amen.
Call by my name, but I'm going to
right.
pray. We just want to have a prayer service.
Yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Come on here, T.
I'm going to pray with you. Pastor Leonard. Pastor Leonard, for restoration of faith. I'm going to pray with you. Let's pray. Let's pray. Let's just thank you first. God, we thank you, God. We thank you for this day, God. Oh, God, we thank you for this time, God. We thank you for this opportunity of prayer, God. Even in a time like this, God. We pray, God, for the families, God, for the victims, God. We pray for mercy, God. We pray for peace, God. Oh, God, we pray that you would touch right now, God. Touch our young people, God. Touch our communities, God. Oh, God, touch Heritage staff, God. In the name of Jesus, we pray right now, God, that no weapon formed against them shall prosper, God. I pray for healing, God. I pray for deliverance, God. I pray, God, that you would touch right now, God, and everything that's going on, God. All the chaos, God. I pray that you will move, God. And we are praying people, God. And this is a praying community, God. And we will stand together in prayer because we know prayer changes things, God. And we thank you right now, God, for the change that you're going to make in our young people, God, and our people, God. And we bless your name right now, God. Touch right now. Schools everywhere, God. Teachers everywhere, God. Touch all around the world, God. We need you, God. If we ever needed you before, we need you now, God. We pray for peace, God. We pray for comfort.
Back to us and I'll start talking.
All right, are they coming soon?
Yeah.
Come over here.
Talk, God. Touch them right now, God. Have your way right now.
I gotta kill them.
They're standby.
Move right now, God. Oh, God, we need you now, Lord. Comfort right now, God.
They said standby. Testing, testing, testing.
Can I hear you?
Yeah. Pretty sure. Testing 1, 2. They can hear us.
Point the mic at him until he starts.
Okay.
Touch them up.
I'll
Keep
talk
on.
about it and then.
Everyone's safe, God.
We might get kicked off.
Safe, God. In the name of Jesus.
It's fine.
We lift up your name, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Have mercy, God. Heal and deliver, God. Those that have been wounded, God. We pray for deliverance, God. Oh, in the name of Jesus.
Yes, guys, we're going to give you a little look at this. This just started happening. This is the pastor I was talking to you about just a few minutes earlier who rushed here to get his grandson. We're going to give you a quick, listen to that. I'll hold the mic a little closer before telling you more about what's going on.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Pray for the students of this school. Pray for the parents, the faculty, teachers, and staff. Everyone out here, Lord God. Touch us all, Lord God.
Our hearts are broken.
Oh, Jesus.
Our heart goes out to the
Yes,
family.
Jesus.
It could have been our sons or
Yes,
daughters.
Jesus.
God, thank you for mercy
Thank you,
today.
Jesus.
Thank you for grace
Thank you,
today.
Jesus.
Oh, touch families. Somebody's hurt.
Yes,
We
God.
cry with them.
Yes,
We weep
Lord
with
God.
them.
Yes.
In the name of
In the name
Jesus.
of Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Somebody just said, thank you, Lord.
Just want to give you a look at that. Like I had told you guys, so many different sorts of family members are here or friends, just trying to find their kids right now. We're going to just continue to show you the scene as this is all happening. Just a lot of that going on. From my site, I see 2 tactical operation units with Newport News Police here right out front of the school, and then of course countless more police units. There's police lights just about everywhere. They have caution tape up around the circle here where I guess buses would come in to drop off students, as parents and family members just still trying to get reunited with their students. Lots of tears out here. You saw some of that in the prayer group. Just a very sobering scenario, something to hear like this happening right here in Hampton Roads, here in Newport News with our students. So a lot of people here, understandably very shaken, very upset as they're just trying to figure out the extent of this issue. I know Bethany had said we heard one was shot. We're trying to get more information from police for you guys, as is everyone out here. Just a lot of uncertainty, not too much panic as everybody's getting reunited with their family members, but again, just lots of emotions, lots of tears, and you heard the pastor, he's thanking God this wasn't his grandson. So just a lot of people. I'm sure there is even more parents rushing here to grab their students. So as I echoed, please stay away if you don't need to. We got firefighters on scene. The roads are pretty blocked up as people are going back and forth. All the buses are here, so I'm assuming, I guess, students left over. This is just me assuming they'll start taking them home if parents can't get them, but I know they'd evacuated all students, and I guess parents had gotten a call to come here. At least the parents here tell us they got a call. So they're trying to just get everyone home right now and get everybody out of this area. So stay away if you don't need to be here. We do see another police tactical unit. I guess it just pulled up. I hadn't seen it before. It's right in front of us. We don't know how, I guess, active this scene is, talking about the shooter or whoever that might be. But everybody's kind of walking away slowly from the school. No one's running, no panic like that. But again, we do know parents and family members are trying to get with their kids at this moment as this is developing. So we're just going to continue to bring you looks at this scene and again, continue to try to figure out exactly what happened here today. But for now, live in Newport News, Allison Basil, 13 News Now. No. Right. Yeah, so again, we're not sure, but like what I was seeing as well, yeah, no one's running around, just people kind of waiting for their kids to get to them at this point. But yeah, I wouldn't say any current panic, but again, we are not completely sure what the situation is at this time, but it looks like it's calming down, Dan. Absolutely. Yeah, Dan was asking me a question.
Okay.
I assume they're coming back to us. But,
All right, talk for me still.
testing 1 2, testing
Okay,
1 2.
I'm gonna go.
Let's start talking to people.
Wireless is on one. Let me see. The microphone.
I think it cut out.
Check,
for me,
check.
but
Okay.
Did hear Dan.
Where'd our guy go?
I have no idea. Oh, I found him.
He's over there. Why don't you grab him and bring him over here?
Right here.
Son?
He's coming.
Pastor, if you could just turn towards me a little bit, and you're just going to look at her. Is there any way we get you to move the hat?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, let me get a mic check.
Hold on. I think they want us. Would you mind doing this live with us as we just ask you questions? Okay. They're in a phoner, and then we'll go to him.
Okay, cool. Why don't you come over here, Pastor? You stay right. No, you stay right where you're at, Pastor. We're gonna come to you. And Allison, you come over this way a little bit. And I'll roll on this too.
Okay. And again, I want to get everything. What was your name again, sir?
My name is Pastor Leonard.
Pastor Leonard.
Leonard. Pastor Leonard. I'm from Restoration and Faith Ministries in Newport News. Restoration and Faith Ministries.
All right, perfect. And what grade is your grandson in?
My grandson, 9th grade, Tay. 9th grade.
So this is first? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as soon as they give me the okay, I'll just introduce you and just start talking to you about getting the call and just trying to call people to prayer. And, but just bear with me for just a moment.
Okay.
I guess
Just so you know, they're streaming everything, so.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
When did your daughter get the call? Or I guess when did she
Grandson,
call you?
right? What did the grandson?
No, his daughter called him about his grandson.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, my daughter called me about, I don't know, Tay, look in the phone, see when your mama first called me. I want to say it was around about 12:15 when I received the call. Check the phone when your mama first called me. 12:10. I received the call. She was hysterical.
Do you mind talking with your grandfather, both of you? Do you mind if we ask both of you questions? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Once they give me the okay, I'll just ask a few things. I think they're calling parents now. We're talking to them that way.
Like I said, I received the call. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
My daughter was hysterical.
Did you like alarm? Like what? Did they come over to the PA?
What happened was we went to class and then one shot went off and like a few people started running, but
So you heard something?
oh yeah, it says from the cafeteria, but it sounded like it could have been like next door. So they shot the first shot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ran, but they didn't run like, you know what I'm saying? Then they started shooting crazy. And then we had ran down the tables and then we had waited till like 6 minutes to say something on announcement.
They say how far out we are?
I think we're hitting now.
Okay. Come this way a little bit.
We'll be right back to y'all.
There you go.
Okay. Back. Yeah, guys, Dan and Bethany. I actually have the pastor we were showing you moments ago, Pastor Leonard. He's here. He just picked up his grandson, so we're going to talk with them about what they've heard so far. Of course, they were here before we got here. So, I mean, let's just start with you, Pastor Leonard. You get a call from your daughter, and that was around, you said 12:15. Thoughts as, I mean, did you rate, how fast did you get here? Because
Well, a lot of parents and a lot of people was like flooding the road trying to get here. And we were literally just stopping at the red light, just rushing through because we was trying to hurry up and get here. But like I said, my daughter called me around about 12:10, 12:15, telling me that there was a shooting at my grandson Tay's school at Heritage. So I just made it my business, stop what I was doing, and just rushed here.
And how quickly were you able to be reunited with him? I know that I think the procedure was to go outside. They were evacuating the students. So did you call him pretty quickly? Was that an easy process?
Well, during that time, he had got a hold of a phone, and he had told me they were over by the tennis court. I guess they directed all the students over by the tennis court. So I proceeded over in the area that he told me he was at. And as I got close to the area, he called me because I kind of walked past him. But yes.
Okay, and this is Tay. And Tay, you said you actually heard a shot ring out. And do you kind of just walk me through that, because that's just startling.
One shot had went off, and then everybody started running, but they haven't run like when the other shots had went off. So then after that one shot, it's like a couple seconds later, like a lot of shots started going off. So then we had ran behind the desk, and then 5 minutes later they told us we was on lockdown. So they told us to go in the closets, lock the doors and get away from the windows.
At what point did they finally, how long were you guys, hiding until you got to leave and get evacuated outside?
We was probably in there for probably like 15 minutes, because then a teacher had opened the door so you could go out, and then all the officers had came upstairs and they, escorted us outside.
And then, you, as soon as you got on scene, you found him and you decided to pray. You got a circle together. Is that just, why did you want to do that? Bring comfort, I guess, to all the people out here? And
well, as a teacher in the Word, it said men should always pray. So no matter what situation, good or bad, happens, said we ought to pray. And I know there was victims, there's people hurt, possibly some dead. So I just wanted to pray for the victims, pray for the families, pray for everyone's safety. And that's what my responsibility is as a man of God, is to pray.
And I do believe we are hearing that 2 people that were involved, they should be okay, what I heard my anchor saying. So, of course, good news out of all of this, but still a lot of panic. Just what would you say to people coming to get their kids right now? What was easy for you? Did you park far away? I know a lot of people are rushing here to get to their students.
Yes, well, I parked far away. I parked in the church's parking lot just before you get to Chief of a Dream and came running down this way. So it's easy if you're going to park away, and then you can rush over to the site instead of trying to get up here, because there's pandemonium, cars, traffic everywhere. And I'm talking about it's hard to get here. But if you can park away, come up and go to the authorities over there by the fire station. Some of the students have been told to go inside the fire station as a safe haven. So some of the parents were pulling up, asking for their children, and they were going over in the fire station, giving them by name. So if you can kind of go over to the fire station towards the tennis court, and hopefully someone can tell you how to retrieve your child.
Okay. Pastor Leonard, thank you so much, and Tay, thank you guys for speaking with us. And of course, as we know more details, we're just going to continue bringing that to you guys. Dan, Bethany. Met you a few times.
I'm trying to get the media staging point when Chief Drew ends up talking.
He's
Right in this open lot right here, that's when I'm going to push all the media there.
Okay.
So you get one voice when the Chief comes and talks. So I know y'all are out trying to get your live bit probably right now.
No, I appreciate it.
But right here in this open field,
right here,
there's a little bit of shade underneath that tree.
Perfect.
So we'll do it there.
So is that, I heard actually the anchors just started to say that, so is that soon?
Fairly soon, yes, because we're trying to stress Chief, something like this, you need to get out. You need to get out here.
Yeah, just to make sure what's happening. Perfect.
So,
there.
Don't forget your phone.
Thank you. We'll be right over.
God, I only got one battery.
I take it this is probably y'all's.
Yeah.
Big
We have
thing.
a second person coming.
We're at 68% on the battery, so you know.
I've already had the national outlet already calling, so.
Man.
Well, we're
so
kinda...
I think the anchor's already got word it's 2 people and they're okay.
I haven't heard that for sure. I heard that, but I don't know for a fact.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Okay. Thank you. We'll be right over.
I'm at 68%, and we're like 4 blocks away from the car, so.
I would, because I'm sure we're gonna go live for the whole press conference.
Would you? Yeah. It's just
Do you want to grab like one more parent while we're here?
Well, hold on. I gotta let them know.
Sure. Ooh.
And you're letting them know about presser, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought he was coming over to kick us off the property, to be honest with you.
Brian says the cam shot's still hot, or did you turn that off?
No, it's still on.
Okay.
Or they're coming back soon, or if we can relax the battery for a bit so we don't miss the presser. Nobody else is here.
I know.
Then again, I got tipped off, so that's the only reason we're here so quick.
I think it's still hot, right?
It is. It's on. Yeah. All right, let me get them some shots because they're freaking out on the shots.
Did you roll in that interview?
Yeah. I missed the very beginning, but the rest of it I rolled on. Getting dentist shots because they were blowing up my phone. Like, I was like, we're going live. These are.
BBC has this shot of.
Just let me know if they want to come back.
We're just looking to talk with parents on our station. They didn't mind. That's okay. I appreciate it. You know what? I mean, like, did you hear that? Yes. Do you mind if could we talk with him live? Just ask him questions? Is that okay? It's just like literally what you're saying. That's okay. Thank you. They want to stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Yes. It really is. There's a lot of tears, and even parents who have been reunited with their students, they're sitting here waiting just to see what's happening. I mean, this is their student's school. This is where they trust their student to go home every day, as they're telling me, and they want to know exactly what happened here. And we did just see some Virginia State Police tactical vehicles are coming in right now. I see some more state police also by the Tactical Operations Newport News units, so lots of that going on here. But parents should get a few more answers soon. We do know right here, as you're staring, in the middle of the section here that's roped off, Chief Drew is going to be there. We know the presser should start any minute, so we're keeping an eye on that. We're going to rush right over there and set up to find out some more details about this, to find out how many people are hurt and just what the extents are. But we're waiting for that. And talking to more parents, I did just talk with a student, a different student. He was telling me this kind of unfolded for him around lunch. Sort of same scenario as we talked with Tay earlier, a few minutes earlier. He says he heard some shots, and of course that's just kind of when panic went out. But they were again quickly evacuated about 15 minutes or so after doing a lockdown drill and taken to the tennis courts. So we are just waiting Chief Drew. We're gonna find out what's going on or how much they can tell us. And again, you guys might have heard, I was talking with Dan earlier. Doesn't look like there is any immediate panic right now. So hopefully we'll get more word on that. No one's running, people are being reunited. Again, emotions are high, but it looks like immediate panic right now has settled, and we're gonna find out those details for you guys shortly. But for now, live in Newport News, Allison Basil, 13 News Now.
Let's go over there.
Are they allowing minister staff in there right now?
What? Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely, especially the student I talked to. And, I wasn't a student too long ago, but I do remember those are practiced at least quarterly. So the students I talked to, they knew exactly where to hide. They were all in the closet, doors were shut. And as soon as their teacher gave the okay and it was time to open the doors, they were ready to go. So again, definitely something they practice not even just once a year, but all year long, and a very good drill to have in our schools for sure, Dan. Yeah, absolutely. I think, emotionally, I think finally seeing your loved one, being reunited with them, just kind of seeing things start to settle down out here, I think that all plays into it. But yes, he's seeming to tell me he thinks it all happened more near the cafeteria. Again, we're not even sure where this originated. But yes, it seems that all the panic started around that area, around lunchtime. But a lot of the students are out here now being reunited, and things are calming down just a bit. Bethany.
Clear that time?
I believe so. Who's this?
I don't know. He was asking about clergy stuff. Let's go over where our guy is and see if we want to over there now.
Okay. I believe I see media setting up. I'm going to follow you. Sir, I'm sorry. I was in a live hit.
You're fine. My pastor's here. We didn't know if they were allowing the ministry staff to come in yet.
Oh, I'm
to pray
sure.
with this student.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. That guy with the badge right here, he's with Newport News Police. He's the public information officer. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. He's like with the media there. He has a purplish shirt on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. You said yeah. Okay.
I would just ask him,
Yeah.
but.
Are you allowing ministry staff to come in to pray there?
Check, check.
Did you have students here? Or you just heard about it?
Yeah, students here, yeah.
How many?
At least 3. They say that 2 are dead.
Wait, did you have students?
No.
Okay. But
No,
you're
we
just-
do have students here that go here.
Gotcha.
But they're not hurt.
Fill the mic for now.
As of yet.
They want to take me live again soon. I'm listening to when they ask me.
Let's get you in the sun though. We'll come over this way out of the.
Yes.
You taking it now?
Yeah.
Back up. Right there. And then come this way. I gotta kill the gnats.
They're about to toss. Well, Bethany, Dan, I think Dan just hit the nail on the head. I mean, we just got closer. This is where the presser is going to be. We're waiting for Chief Drew, but you know, take a look. We're right outside of this high school. You can even see a little bit of closer action here of police going back and forth. We see a cluster of state troopers by some of the tactical operation vehicles here. Obviously, police going in and out of the building. You see a lot more caution tape up close now, but yeah, we're super close. So it seems any immediate threat is over. Of course, Chief Drew will give us more of that. We also see to the right, buses are starting to leave, a rotation of school buses. I didn't see too many students get on, or at least I was paying attention, talking with some parents, but it seems they're starting to get out. So I'm sure more students are heading home, or you know, that at least is moving. So we're just waiting for Chief Drew, but it just seems like things are calming down here. I did talk with another pastor who rushed here. He doesn't have any kids here, but some of the students go to his church. And so a lot of pastors, just as we saw the other one, they're rushing here just to pray with students if they can. They came to ask some of the Newport News police if that was okay. So that's their intentions, just trying to keep everybody calm here, or get everybody in a better place as this chaotic afternoon has just unfolded. We don't know all the details of what happened in this high school today, but again, Chief Drew should be moments away. A lot of other media are here as well, so we're waiting to give you that news as soon as we can start asking them questions about what happened here today. Bethany, Dan. Yeah, Bethany, they're just waiting. So the parents and grandparents actually that I also talked to, I mean, obviously they're giving me just gratefulness, thankfulness that they're sitting there with their student, but they just want to know exactly who might be hurt. They want to know what happened. They want to be here to comfort anyone that is in that scenario that something bad might have happened to. So a lot of them are just waiting here. Again, I had said before, this is somewhere they're sending their students daily, so they want to know exactly what happened. The safety of their students was at risk today, so they're waiting. But still some tears. This is a high emotion situation, obviously, but they just want to know what exactly happened, and they're waiting to find that out, Bethany. Yeah, I'll step out of the way to show you more of that police presence, Dan. And definitely, even as I came here, I guess an hour ago now, even as I'm driving here, I heard I had to move over for a Newport News police vehicle with sirens on that was rushing to the school as well. And more have kept coming. This kind of there's a line of police cars going out of the school driveway here where the bus, I guess, usually pass. But you see right in front of you several tactical units, several state police vehicles now, along with Newport News Police. And yeah, we do see them going in and out, I guess, the front entrance, it looks like, of the school. And a lot of them are congregating around the tactical operation units as well. I was trying to look for you guys now. Yeah, I see detectives, a lot of people with plain clothes on, but with their badges. So it's still a very active investigation scene here. Although I like to keep reiterating that it does seem, panic is calmer. So no, it doesn't seem any immediate threat, but the investigation is definitely, in full swing and in depth right now. We're hoping Chief Drew can just give us a little bit more about what happened here today. Dan?
Clear?
Okay. So they got Evan live now too. Yeah, we think we're about. Will do. She said keep it hot just in case they need live pictures.
We're going to need to get a battery soon. We're going to need to charge this one.
Okay. How much we got?
It's probably at 50 now.
Okay.
It's only 130. I don't know how far away they are either. They got their bags, so maybe they got an extra battery.
Evan's low. All right.
Officials with him as well, city officials, so definitely going to stay here right now and get the very latest as he prepares to come up. Everything that's been going on here, very chaotic scene. Students still standing around waiting to know how the responding to what's the deal with the shooter, where is that person, still have not gotten any more updates.
The chief is coming now. Get ready. We're getting ready to do it right this second.
If I could get y'all just to gather up so Chief Drew, you'll have to move around.
Give me the mic.
I appreciate the respect and everything that you all have given us. There's just a lot of things going on here that we've got to settle down and get calm. So we wanted to get out some message to our community because it matters, right? The most important asset we have is our young people and our youth of this city. Our number one goal is to make sure that they're safe, and that's what they're doing right now as we speak. At 11:30, well, I guess I should start. I have Dr. Parker here with me, school superintendent. We've been in constant communication since the incident happened. Chief Johnson, I have Representative Brian Dugan from the FBI, and then we have a plethora of resources. The state police is here, numerous federal agencies are here, and the most impressive thing is the communication working together. But I want to share with you a little bit about what we know. Bear with me, because there's some things that I can't go into, and there's some things that I don't, but I will try to clear up some of the things that the community and concerns that we have going on, okay? 11:38 today, we responded to a call of a shooting inside here at Heritage High School. Officers responded. Inside, we had, as you imagine, a little bit of chaotic scene. It was to try to get things under control as quickly as we could, locate our shooter, and protect our students. The school has been completely evacuated. We did that with federal resources and primarily the Newport News Police Department, and the Sheriff's Office, and firemen helping us along with paramedics. We transported 4, maybe 5 individuals to area hospitals. 2 are suffering from a gunshot wound. 1 has been struck in the side of the face area. 1 has been struck in the lower leg. Both of those shooting victims are 17. I have a male that has been shot in the side of the face and a female that's been shot in the lower leg. The reports I just got from the hospital is neither one are considered life-threatening. And I thank God for that. That is the most important thing, is those two individuals, first off. The individual has also been transported that had a sprained or broken arm. I don't want to go too much into that because I'm not sure exactly, but Chief Johnson followed up with that for me. I believe that happened when as individuals were running out of the school, may have fallen on his arm, but we'll find more about that. Another individual that had asthma was transported for breathing issues. All right, we're hearing that there may be another that went straight to another hospital, but we know that we only have at this point two shooting victims. Once the school is evacuated, Chief Creswell handled the scene outside along with Chief Johnson, myself and Chief Grinstead with the assets inside. Captain Hires, his precinct, facilitated getting the students out. I will tell you the teachers did an amazing job. Students did an amazing job funneling through. We placed most of them, and Dr. Parker will probably be more elaborate than I am, but to outside the building towards the tennis courts, and he can talk to you a little bit about how we're getting students home. But at this point right now, the FBI and the police department are surgically going through and searching, along with state troopers, are searching every inch of the school. They've given us the master keys. We'll go through and check every room, every hallway, closet, gymnasium, library. I'm not rushing through that. I need to make sure that there's no one else inside that school. We don't believe there's anyone injured. It is very possible and probable we may find a student or a teacher, an employee that didn't answer right away, that might have been scared. It's in a closet or in a locked room. That we anticipate that. But that's what we're doing right now, is at least searching to make sure that everything's okay. I really appreciate, I understand how chaotic it has been for parents to try to figure out what's happened and what's going on. I think the parents have done an amazing job. Family members that have come, I understand that just the uncertainty, is my child okay? So we're trying to get as much information out as we can. I will tell you that there's been some evidence recovered at the scene and in other parts of the school grounds. But I don't want to go into that because there's kind of three components we have working right now. We have our component at the hospital, making sure that our two victims are okay. I need to be constant updated on how they're doing. The second is the tactical exercise that's going on inside the building, making sure that everything is cleared and the buildings are safe and we don't have anyone else inside. The third component then is trying to find our suspect. There is some footage and some evidence there that we're looking at. We'll be working with the FBI and schools to give us some information, but I'm confident we'll be able to determine who this individual is. The why and all those things we'll follow later. We'll find that. But I need to make sure that people are okay. I cannot thank enough Dr. Parker and his staff. They just did a phenomenal job, sir. Chief Johnson and the fire department. I've been in contact with the city manager, Cindy Roth, immediately. So there's a lot of information going. Things are working the way we'd like them to see work. But I understand it is a little bit chaotic, and I understand that families not knowing what's going on with their loved ones. But I just appreciate so much the students and how the faculty and staff have responded, as well as the officers here. I'm going to step out of the way. I don't want to.
Chief, real quick. So the suspect is not in custody?
The suspect is not in custody at this time.
Is the suspect a student?
We're trying to put all that together.
Okay. Do you believe that the victims were known to the suspect?
Yes.
Could you elaborate on a fight that was going on in the cafeteria?
No, I don't. Nope, I don't. Because
is there an active threat to the community?
So again, right? Let's just make sure we get accurate information. The most important thing is making sure that everyone's okay, clearing the school. There's a whole other component of the department looking to see who this individual is and why that happened. We do believe that they knew each other, but until that individual is in custody, you know, when you ask me about a threat, I don't believe that this is an individual that is searching the community to hurt members. I think that there was some type of altercation, but I don't want to speculate on what that is. I don't want to go that until we know for sure. So I want to make sure we don't taint anything. I want to make sure we reach out and talk to our Commonwealth attorney as soon as I get to a point where I know that the school is secure, right? So, but remember, there's three parts: how our people are doing at the hospital, making sure that the school is cleared, and then the investigation part on our suspect and locating and identifying him.
Were the 4 injured students?
Yes.
All 4.
Yes.
Are parents still picking up their children?
I'm going to let Dr. Parker talk a little bit about that. I don't want to get that confused.
Good evening. Under these circumstances, as we're speaking right now, students are being transported home. We have a parent pickup area at the tennis court, and we also have called for early bus pickup. So our buses have already staged and have picked up the remaining students that have not been picked up by their families. So we are reaching out electronically to parents to keep them informed of this situation. And we also want to confirm that all students are home safely this evening. So we're working out details on how we'll do that. This was very chaotic, but I would say that the police and local authorities handled this matter as best possible to make sure students were safe throughout from the time I arrived. We had the area contained. We allowed parents to pick up students who were on site and put verification processes in place to ensure that students our middle schoolers were going home with their actual parents and or guardians. So I want to commend the police for allowing us to manage our students safely and allow access for our parents even during an active crime scene. That was, as you can understand, that was very chaotic, and there were a lot of folks who were really traumatized by this matter. I also want to commend the Heritage staff who protected their students, made sure they exited the building, made sure they got to a safe area, and also were with us throughout that time to make sure that to assist with crowd control. Principal Hunter put out accurate communication in a timely way to parents and families. Under these circumstances, we can only respond, but I think our staff and our local authorities did a wonderful job. So
Have
I just
you
want to
talked to
commend
the parents of the kids that got shot?
No, ma'am, we have not. And when those students are identified, that will be one of the first things we will do is make sure that we reach out and support those families.
How does your school system protect students from other students bringing guns in? Are there any metal detectors or any search parameters at this school?
Well, in many cases, we do random security checks of that nature. Whether we bring in a dog that does random searches, or we bring in metal detectors to do random searches, and we also do searches off of buses randomly. So we do not. Every kid does not walk through a wand every day in most public schools, but I feel that we actively provide some level of deterrence for our students on a daily basis to ensure that our schools are safe.
Can you speak to the location of the shooting?
That is something that's under police investigation at this point. I have not been inside the building other than to make sure that proper communication went out, and I have not involved myself in the active investigation at this point.
What are you telling parents who maybe have not been able to get a hold of their kid right now?
That is what we're working on right now, and as we receive reports, we will work with those families to identify their students to make sure that if we still have them, the students are calling with their cell phones. Some students, as you can understand, left their cell phones in the building, so they were not able to reach their families, and those are kids we're concerned about, making sure that they have transportation to their home. We send out early dismissal messages, so we will be working with parents throughout the day to make sure that they have put their eyes on their child.
What has this been like for you, running everything and dealing with this terrible situation?
No superintendent or no teacher or principal would want to ever go through this situation. Just seeing the faces of our students and how afraid they were under these circumstances, and our staff who were traumatized. We have had grief counselors on board on the tennis court, talking to families, talking to students, and no one would want to go through these circumstances.
And some of the kids that I was speaking with say they practice for this type of thing, and that they had gone through drills. Tell me of what you do to prepare for at-school shootings.
Our primary approach is to shelter in place, make sure that you do not create a hard target. And to make sure that if someone is looking, that they have to get through a locked door, they have to really go through on a search pattern to find a student and staff. So once the school goes to lockdown, it's all about creating harder targets for any active shooter to find the students.
How often do they practice that?
We do those regularly and periodically throughout the school year, just to make sure that we have a regular, just like fire drills and other things. We do active shooter drills, we do evacuation drills, other things that might help us make sure that students are safe. We know that we went to lockdown and students were sheltering in place for quite some time and then evacuated under police guidance.
Given that somebody was able to get on campus with a gun and use that gun, do you anticipate discussions going forward about how you can lock down that security even better?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll begin that work in the next few days. Students I anticipate will be on virtual learning for the next few days as we work with staff and work with our families to ensure that we have a safe way of returning students back to in-person instruction soon. But that will not happen until we have discussed this matter and looked at better ways to ensure that something like this never happens again.
So virtual just for this high school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you have any reason to believe that this was somebody from the community who just walked onto campus undetected?
Ma'am, I can't speculate on an active investigation at this time. I know that Chief Drew and his team are working on those details, and we'll continue to provide updates on that.
As for parent pickup, obviously we're all standing here, a ton of parents are here. I know no suspects in custody. Is it okay to still come get your kids in an orderly manner?
Yes, I would say if you walk to that tennis court, you'll probably have to get through at least 30 police officers, law enforcement officers to get to that point. And we have staff in there making sure that parents are identified when they pick up their child. The bus drivers I see are loading now. I see the buses over to the right. And those buses are about to dismiss. So we feel confident that any parent coming on the scene right now can access their child.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Did he say no active threat for sure? Did he answer that?
He didn't say say no active threat. They're still looking for a suspect.
Yeah.
But I
not
said,
that
can
there's
parents
someone
come get
inside.
their kids?
Right, but he didn't say anything about like people being inside the school or
No.
something. Yeah.
Let me see your mic real quick.
Yeah.
I want to show you both something real quick here. Look. Why is she doing that interview like that? Did you see that one from the counselor? She like had it like right up to the side of her screen.
Are they taking you first, Evan? Chief Drew, one thing, it's not on camera, one thing I didn't ask, no active threat inside.
No.
Okay.
See, Chief. I rolled on all of that too.
Evan, I just asking. I asked Chief Drew, no active threat inside.
You getting ready to take them?
Yeah, I think him. Let's get him talking to community members. Yeah, it's chaotic.
I'm watching the FBI clear the roof. You know if they got him?
No, they don't have them.
That's what I'm hearing too.
They calling for you, sir?
I think so.
All right, let's go back over here on this side.
What is going on over there?
It's an alarm. They can't get off us.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the camera down. It's my back room. It looks like he's live right now. Just let me know if we're close.
Going to us.
Doc?
Testing, testing, testing.
Same thing. Go this way.
Absolutely. So as Evan said, we just saw them all come together. Chief Drew was here, Superintendent Dr. George Parker was here, and several board members to talk with the media. Now, Chief Drew did say that call came in around 11:38. They can't tell us exactly where the shots rang out, but many students I talked with here told me they think it happened near the cafeteria. But Superintendent Parker said students knew immediately what to do. He says they practice active shooter drills multiple times a year with students and teachers. So immediately they started to hide. Teachers locked the doors and they waited until those rooms were cleared. And yeah, as you said, Dr. Parker gave those teachers kudos for this stressful situation. He said they were able to clear rooms as teachers and officers got the okay to head outside to the tennis court. So again, this is something they do all the time, just in case something awful like this were to happen. But over the next few days, what happens next? We did ask Dr. Parker. He says most likely, he didn't give us a definite, but students and teachers here will move to online learning for the next few days. This is just to make sure, students and teachers are okay. He says they already have counselors ready to talk to students and teachers and just kind of get them settled down over the next few days as we're still investigating exactly what happened, but just to move those students onto virtual, that's the plan for now. But they are kind of still trying to figure out exactly where this happened, but they, again, will keep us updated with that. Chief Drew did also talk with some community members here, just trying to calm them down. He talked to a few pastors that just want to help them talk with the students, so I believe they're going to let them do a little bit of that as well. But yes, just expect here at Heritage High School, students are going to be online for the next few days as the school board and the school division gets things settled down. But that's what we know for now, Bethany. I didn't see the SWAT members going in and out. I did see them clearing some activity on the roof, but they're kind of clustered here now. I would assume as they're trying to figure out exactly where those shots happened. But yeah, I do see them right there in the cluster, but I didn't see them actively going in and out as I was on the presser, Dan. Forgot to say that. We're good.
Let me know.
Sorry. Let's try to talk to some people so I can get some more.
We're going to need to go to the car soon.
Okay.
They need to know that, or else we're not going to be able to do anything else.
Do you want to do that and then? I'm going to tell Tiara, see what she says.
I need like 10 minutes to get there and back. Still got the roadblocks. I can't drive in here. There's nowhere to get closer.
I asked Tiara, can we grab one of these guys real quick?
We'll pick one. I won't bring the camera up until they feel comfortable.
I'm waiting to hear from Tiara. Excuse me, are y'all parents?
No.
No.
If there ain't no students there, it's the teacher.
Maybe over here. I'm still waiting to get the all clear to go to our car, but follow me over here real quick.
Also, no cross the tape. Oh, we're actually on the back side.
so we can get the battery. Let's just grab one parent. Get the battery. Let's try this one. Excuse me, ladies. Are you guys still waiting for students or anything?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you mind? We're just looking to talk with a few parents.
I don't like cameras. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Not today. I look a hot mess.
That's okay. Maybe this guy knows people.
Remember where we are. Are y'all waiting for any kids in here? No, just out here. Okay.
We're just worried, that's all.
Yeah, no, it's scary stuff.
Absolutely. Excuse me, are you guys waiting for kids?
I just felt mine.
Do you mind if we talk to you?
No,
We're
he just finished talking over there.
Okay.
Leave him for like that right now.
Okay. Excuse me, are you waiting for some kids? We're just trying to look to talk with a parent or two. Any parent? Alright, let's get the battery. Okay. I'll just keep talking to people. Hello.